Let my revenge begin.
Welcome to Worldbreaker Coo's Reviews. I'm your host, Worldbreaker Coo, and today we are looking at Earthrise Astrotrain. I have him on his base, which looks a bit crazy. Let's move this to the side over here. So I have him on his base. It's pretty dope, you know? It's pretty dope. So you can flip it around. Let me move these guns out the way. Looks pretty dope. You can port guns on the side. I'll show this box a bit more in a minute. But get a good look at the train, or the shuttle. Excuse me. I think that's very G1-ish. Let's take it off and look at it. If I can get it off without breaking anything. Okay. So this is the shuttle mode. I like the scuffage up there. Looks pretty good, but it looks very much like, this reminds me of Octone from, what was that? Titan's Return? Yeah. I like the heft with it too, because he's a pretty heavy figure. That's another accessory right there. The part that I don't like the most about this is this. All of this is ugly, so this is probably the first thing I'll ever get third-party items for, just for this shuttle mode here, because that is just atrocious, and there's no way, you can't tell me you could not have done something else better up here. And yes, you can plug in weapons all over the vehicle, so he's got a nice little armory. But I think it looks rather good. So that's the shuttle. Let's compare him with the Titan's Return Astrotrain. Okay, so this one's bigger, but we're not including this base here for the weapons. But shuttle mode alone, the Titan's Return is larger. Okay, significantly larger, but I would say this one weighs more. So there's that. But yeah, that's enough of the shuttles. I think we get an idea. I mean, this is my least favorite mode in this vehicle, of the vehicle modes. This is my favorite one of this vehicle mode. So it's flipped. So once we get to trains, we'll see if that holds true. Okay, and here is Astrotrain in his train form, and he just looks amazing. I really like this form. And this is just a accessory, a weapon, but I really like the detail there. It looks like the classic old engine. It looks like it's just transformed from that age-old intro from season 2 of Transformers. The detail on here is what I really like. I mean, it's just a lot of nice detail. The transformation was a little difficult at first until I finally figured out a certain portion on here, and I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. This is the caboose. It comes on and off. Let me pull that apart. Be very careful with that. Here is where you may run into trouble. Okay, so right here, this part right here, I could not get these wings to fold down and in place. Okay, that is because this portion of the arms for Astrotrain were not locked in. Make sure you lock this in. Otherwise, when you go to have this train roll, it won't roll properly. It won't connect. It'll have this side way up, and it won't be able to roll. It's a nightmare. So make sure, again, you have this portion of the train when you're transforming. Make sure you get this portion locked in. There's some tabs down at the bottom. I feel like there's some stress marks on mine now. I'm not sure, but it is it's not complicated once you figure it out, but it's a nice train. It's a fun transformation. It's not very difficult. This serves as a weapon holder. And you also saw me using it to blast off earlier. I love that this holds all those weapons in a nice little neat array. The weird thing is, in the instructions, it says you can put this down and in here, okay? And then put the weapons on top. I have not been able to get these weapons to port in and close it. So I'll try it on camera, but it does not want to work the same for me. When I try to do this, it will not close. So let's try it. Yeah. And now, well, wait a minute. I guess so. All right. I guess it does work. So it can hold everything, all the weapons. That's pretty nifty. And yes, I said nifty. Okay, for you of those who are a little bit older. So that's Astrotrain as train form. Let's just compare him to the previous Astrotrain. There's the previous Astrotrain. And there's a train face. I think it looks pretty cool. I feel like this works for a futuristic Astrotrain. I like the way it looks. The molding on this, you know. It's like a spaceship mixed with a train. And yes, you can port the weapons on top of Astrotrain. I don't really want to do it. It looks kind of silly to me. This mode, for some reason, works, but I don't think this one really needs the weapons. I like keeping it nice and clean. And just for comparison, since this was a Voyager, and this is a Leader class, I mean, you can tell one's longer. This one's barely longer, but this Astrotrain is much heavier, okay? He's got some bulk to him. And let's look at another previous Leader class figure. We've got Shockwave. So you can see the Leader classes are like basically Voyagers now, but I feel like these are really good. I like the size better. I know people complain about it, but I like the size better. I like the accessories. So we'll stop there and go to the robot mode. Okay, and here we have Siege or Earthrise Astrotrain in his robot mode, and he looks fantastic. He has a nice heft to him. I like the paint on the legs down here. This looks good. I like the detail molding you can see from the train. His transformation is really fun, except for that one part that I told you about. The only thing that gives me cause for concern is this spot right here. From where flipping it up, I can see some stress on this side. That does not look good. And it's only on that side. This side flips rather easily. No white there, you see. But when you get over here, you can see it right in the crack. So, not sure why that is, but it's what it is. Okay, what it is. So, there's that. Here's his weapons crate again. I'm going to show you something I did not show earlier. When you open up his weapons crate, and I got everything to fit in here, you can combine these weapons. I think that's pretty damn cool. So, start with, he's got multiple different guns. He's got this Gatling gun thing going on here. You can plug that in to this other gun. And then there's this little piece here. It's like a missile rack. You plug this in to here, and it goes in like that. Okay? Then you take one of these guns, which you have two. I just dropped one. Sorry about that. Plug that in here, and you plug the other one in. And then you've got yourself like this triple, quadruple gun of death that just looks like if he shot this, even Megatron would have to run, get back. And yes, it does bloosh. So that looks fantastic. I like that. I like that a lot. And of course, he can hold it. Of course, he can hold it. He can have this one mighty gun. Or he can break it up, split it up, and have a couple of mighty guns. Well, a couple of mighty guns. So that's cool. I like that. Let's look at some comparisons to him. That's my World of Warcraft going on in the background. Let's put him up next to the previous Astrotrain. And if you're looking at this, yes, the previous Voyager is larger than the leader class, but you're also missing out on all this extra stuff. And I do think it's worth the change. This one actually is heavier than this one, which is shocking considering how much smaller this one is. It's just way more compact. There's a little side profile there. And I like the side. I think the side fits up better with these. So here's take a look at some other leader size class figures. Shockwave and Ultra Magnus. And those guys are bigger, but I feel like that scale works. Now let's get him in with the big three. Big three Decepticons, that is. We've got Megatron right here. I like that Megatron's a little bit taller. Got one of my favorite Decepticons of all time, Soundwave. He might be my favorite, honestly. And then you've got Starscream. I'm still going to get the Earthrise Starscream, but have not picked them up yet. And again, I think the scale works rather well there. So he's a good figure. Go pick him up if you can. I will get him a 9 out of 10. I think it's a great figure. Thanks for watching. Until next time, peace and Earthrise grease.